All right, if you're just tuning in here, again, my name is Cindy and I'm your teacher today for our mindfulness exercise and activities. And for today, we're going to be doing 3 different types of techniques for mindfulness. The first one is going to be some mindfulness movements. And today we're going to focus on the upper body. I'm also going to teach you a technique. It's sometimes called the ocean breath, which is really great for mindfulness and controlling your breath. You can do it when you're feeling maybe a little bit of stress in your life. And then lastly, I'm going to teach you a technique called Anapana. And this technique has been used literally for thousands of years. It's one of the first types of techniques that, say, like a monk would start to learn when they move into, say, an ashram or a sacred space. So with that, let's start with some movements here and get the body going. Most of us sit a great deal during the day. So unfortunately, what starts to happen, move this way, is that your shoulders start to come in forward, and then there's a little bit of curvature usually that happens in the spine as well. When we sit or when we stand, our ear, shoulder, and hip, and when we're standing, as well as the ankle, should all be in a straight line. So if they're not, then that's usually a sign that your shoulders are coming forward. And that forwardness in the shoulders, if you don't do a lot of movement to open up the chest and the shoulders, what starts to happen is there's some muscles in the chest here called the pectoral muscles, and they start to shorten. And the more those shorten, the more there's an internal rotation of those shoulders coming in. And so again, for today, what we're going to do is do some shoulder exercises to maybe loosen up the shoulders a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just bringing the shoulders way up towards the ears, and then rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Come forward up towards the ears, and then roll the shoulders back and down. And we're going to do this for about 30 seconds. And just, it's not a fast. In fact, if you go slowly, that brings in that mindfulness. You can really feel the different sensations going on. And also, you'll get a nice full range of motion when you do this type of movement. And what you're doing is you're creating more space. You're stretching those pectoral muscles so that eventually those shoulders have more of a tendency to be back instead of moving forward. So let's do about 5 more seconds here. And then we're going to bring the right hand to the shoulder and start with the elbow pointing down towards the earth. We're going to bring the elbow straight up and up towards the ceiling, and then roll back. Again, bring that elbow down towards the earth and then back up. And again, it's nice and slow. We want to go slow so that we get a full range of motion here. I should also mention, if any of these movements feel like there's a sharp pain or anything like that, you want to back off of the movement. And again, we're going back, sort of like a backstroke that you would do in swimming with one shoulder. If you're feeling or sensing any type of like cracks and creaks or little pops, that's okay as long as there's no pain. In fact, that's a sign that you're loosening things up in there. Usually that's your ligaments and tendons that are tight and they're loosening up. So let's do 1 more of those, coming around and down. And then we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So start with the elbow pointing down towards the earth. Bring the elbow straight up towards the ceiling, and then bring it back and down. Nice full range of motion, again, going slowly, mindfully. These types of exercises that we're doing, you can literally do every day. And especially if you have a job where you're sitting a lot during the day, this can be a really good little exercise to do in the middle of the day to just open up the shoulders and get a little bit more range of motion. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring both hands to the shoulders. We're going to bring the elbows out to the side. So they're pointing out to the side. We're going to bring the elbows in towards each other. You should be able to touch, the elbows should touch. If they don't, that's a sign that you've got a lot of tightness in the shoulder area here. So if you can't get the elbows touching today, just know that that's a little bit of a journey and some work that you want to work on, is bringing those elbows in. And then we're going to bring the elbows all the way out and away and stretch as much as you can, bringing the elbows back towards the back wall. We're going to do this a few times. So bring the elbows in towards each other, and then elbows come back and open up here. I think we're really opening up and stretching that front of the body. We're going to do that one more time, bringing the elbows in towards each other and then all the way out. And then bring the hands down and just relax that a little bit. If you're sitting in a chair, you can certainly do all of these standing, but if you're sitting in a chair, you can bring the hands behind. If you've got a back to the chair, bring the hands to the back of the chair. If you're standing or you don't have a back, then just bring your hands to the lower back here. So either way will work for this next exercise or movement. So what we're going to do is a similar type of movement where we roll the shoulders back. Think of bringing the shoulder blades in towards each other and really open up the chest. I want you to also look up, and we're just going to hold this for about 3, maybe 5 breaths here. Just really nice stretch in that upper body. And then release that and just relax the arms a little bit. We're going to do that a couple more times. So bring the hands behind you. Again, you can even interlace the fingers behind you as well. Roll the shoulders back, bring those shoulder blades in towards each other. Look up, just feel that nice stretch in the upper body here, in the chest, the shoulders coming back. And again, we're going to hold this for about 3, maybe 5 breaths. Let's take some nice breaths in and out. And then release that again. All right, okay. All right, we're going to do one more exercise. And this one is a movement that we sync with the breath. So I'm going to do it a few times, and then you can just jump in when you feel like you're ready to go here. So we start with the arms at the sides. And we're going to do a 3-part inhalation. So we're going to breathe in just a little bit and bring the arms up straight ahead. And then we bring the arms out. And again, we just take a little sip of air, another nice little inhalation. And then the last part of this inhalation is we bring the hands straight up and then full breath in. So again, it's a 3-part breath, and it'll be in and then in a little bit more and then full breath in. Now, when we exhale, what you're going to do is you're going to come forward a little bit and just allow the hands to just drop down and really relax. So that's going to be on the exhalation. So I'm going to do it at the speed that we do. And then again, you can just jump in when you feel like you've got it. So we're breathing in 1/3, 2/3, full breath in, and then exhale. Do that forcefully. So it's inhale, 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 exhale forcefully. Let's do 2 more. And come back. Bring your hands to the thighs with the palms facing down. Close down your eyes and just feel your body here. And go back to a natural breath. Might feel a little bit of tingliness or vibration actually in your body. We brought a lot of energy into the body when we did that movement and that breath. And then you can gently open your eyes. All right. So a little bit of opening in the upper body today. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn this breath here. And it's sometimes called the ocean breath. The yogis, this is used a lot in a yoga practice. The yogis call it Ujjd Breath. So to teach this, I usually teach it in a couple of different phases here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be breathing in. When we breathe in, we're going to have the lips closed and we're going to breathe in through the nose. And I want you to bring your hand up next to the face and pretend that your hand is a mirror. And so we breathe in through the nose, and then we're going to open up the mouth and think of fogging up a mirror here. So as you exhale, like you're fogging up that mirror. We're going to do this several times and start to really feel the different sensations. Focus in on that throat, especially on the exhalation. So breathing in through the nose, and then open the mouth, constrict the back of the throat just a little bit to fog up your mirror as you exhale. Again, breathing in through the nose, open the mouth, constrict the back of the throat as you exhale. Deep breath in. Open the mouth as you exhale, fog up your mirror. Let's do a few more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Breathe in. Notice how it sounds a little bit like the ocean. Let's do one more. Breathing in through the nose and opening the mouth. Exhale with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. So that's how you start to learn this breath. Now, the full technique of the ocean breath or Ujjd breath is with the mouth closed. So what we do is we breathe in and out through the nose, but when we breathe out, we still constrict the back of that throat. So what that does is it allows us to focus on the sensation. It allows us to focus on the breath and the sound of the breath. And what it also does is a lot of times when we're stressed out, the reason why we're stressed out is that we can't control a certain situation. And so this feeling of being out of control, when you can use the breath, you can control the breath. And so that's one of the reasons why breath work works so well for reducing stress. It's one of the things that you can control in your life. And so with that feeling of being able to control something, some of that stress is usually reduced. I like using this breath because once you learn the technique with the mouth closed, you can actually do it anywhere and people don't really even know that you're doing it. So it's sort of like this best kept secret of yourself. So if somebody is maybe confronting you with something that you're not really, getting into, so to speak, or you're being stressed out from a certain situation. This is a great breath to use to just, again, control and be in the present moment with your breath. And you can use that focusing on the sensation and the sound as well. So we're going to do this now, this technique, but we're going to do it with the mouth closed. So your lips are closed, but the jaw is relaxed, and breathe in through the nose. And then constrict the back of the throat and slowly exhale. When you get down to the bottom of that exhalation, then just go back and breathe in through the nose. Nice deep full breath, slow breath in. And then slowly exhale, constricting the back of the throat. And continue doing this. We're going to do this for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. So just go at your own pace here. And notice how you can control the breath. So you can exhale fast, you can exhale at a medium speed, you can exhale at a very slow speed. Maybe close down the eyes. Notice the different sensations on the inhalation. Notice the sensation of that constriction of the back of the throat as you exhale. So really focus on all the different sensations happening in the face, the nostrils, the mouth, the throat. Notice how you can control the speed. And now bring your attention to the sound. Notice how it sounds like the ocean, the waves coming in and out of the shoreline. You can even visualize that maybe you're at the ocean, taking a little break here. Nice blue sky, blue water. Focusing on the sound. Focusing on the sensations. And noticing how you can control the breath. So again, I love using this, especially when I feel like I'm a little stressed out. Maybe there's a situation. It's a really great stress technique to use to really control the situation a little bit and control your own emotions and mental chaos that might be going on in the mind. All right. So the last part of our teaching today is going to be a meditation technique. Again, this has been used thousands of years. It's called Anapana. And the technique is really, we'll have our eyes closed when we're meditating today. That's really important because we want to actually draw back some of the senses. And when we have the eyes open, there's obviously the visual sensations and senses that are being activated. And so when we do our meditation today, we'll want to have the eyes closed. And the technique also involves focusing all your attention on the tip of the nose. So right on the tip of the nose, we're going to be focusing. As far as the breath, what you want to do is not control the breath. So in other words, you're going to allow your body to breathe, just its natural rhythm as you start to relax the entire body. And I encourage you to bring the tip of the tongue on the upper palate and really relax the whole face and your jaw. as we do the technique. As far as how you sit, again, you can sit on the floor, on a cushion or pillow. You can sit in a chair. If you're sitting in a chair and you've got any lower back issues, you should maybe have a chair that has a back so that you can really relax into that and give your lower back some support. But also when you're sitting in a chair, it's good to have the feet flat on the floor if you're going to sit. Or for me, the chair that I'm using is a little bit too large for me to have my feet there. Actually, I feel like a little kid in this chair here because my feet don't touch the floor. But for me, what I like to do, and I know some people don't have the flexibility, but it actually works better for me whether I'm sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair. It actually cross my legs, and then I can gently have my back against the chair. So basically for this technique, as we do our meditation today, you want to feel comfortable. That's a really important aspect of this. So find a way that you're going to be comfortable. We're going to do this technique for about 8 minutes. And what I recommend you do is once you find that place for you, that way of being where you can be in whatever posture, so to speak, that you're in, so that you can not move the body at all. Part of the Anapana technique is because we're focusing right here on the tip of our nose, we don't want to be moving any other part of our body, or else when we move, what happens is we lose that attention, that focus to the other part of our body. So part of this technique is sitting and not moving at all. So find that way of being so that you can sit comfortably for about 8 minutes. And what to do with your hands, totally up to you, what you feel comfortable. Some people like their palms down, some people like their palms up, some people like their palms in their lap. That's how I usually sit, is with my palms in my lap. So again, do what feels comfortable for you. And then once you get your place here, go ahead and close down your eyes. Tip of the tongue is on the upper palate. Your face is relaxed. Notice the jaw is relaxed. Teeth are slightly separated. You're breathing in and out through the nose. Drop all facial expression. Relax down the neck into the shoulders, your arms and hands, the fingers are relaxed. Whole entire spine down to the base of the spine, lumbar area relaxed, the hips, the legs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet, even the toes are relaxed. We're going to sit quietly without moving the body and bring all your attention to the tip of the nose. All your attention to the tip of the nose. Allow the body to just breathe its natural rhythm. You're not controlling the breath, not trying to change the breath. Become a witness, the observer of the breath, and bring all your attention to the tip of the nose. All your attention to the tip of the nose. As you draw your attention inward, see if you can feel any subtle sensations at the tip of the nose. Simply allow the body to breathe. Breathing in and out through the nose. Tip of the tongue on the upper palate. Eyes remain closed. No facial expression. Teeth slightly separated. Body relaxed. All your attention to the tip of the nose. All your attention to the tip of the nose. All your attention to the tip of the nose. All your attention to the tip of the nose. If you become aware of another thought in the mind, just bring your attention back to the tip of the nose. Use this as a homing device. Come back home, focusing your attention, tip of the nose. All your attention, tip of the nose. Notice any subtle sensations as you breathe in and out, focusing on the tip of the nose. All your attention, tip of the nose. No controlling or changing the breath. Simply allow the body to breathe. Tip of the tongue on the upper palate, jaw relaxed, body relaxed, focusing on the tip of the nose. Now extend the inhalation just a little bit, bringing in a little bit more air and then slowing down the exhalation, extending that exhalation just a little bit. And then you can open up your eyes. All right, so that is the Anapana technique. Every month, I always give you a little challenge. So your challenge for this next month, a couple of things. First of all, really recommend doing some shoulder opening exercises every day, just a good 2-3 minutes. And as you're sitting and standing, maybe become more aware, that mindfulness, that body awareness of where your shoulders are compared to the ears. Again, the shoulders should be right over the ears. If the shoulders are coming forward, part of this mindfulness is knowing that, right? Because when we become aware, then we can do something to change the situation. So becoming more aware of our posture when we're standing and when we're sitting. So that's the first challenge. The second challenge is 5 minutes a day using the Anapana technique, where we focus on the nose and sit any way that's comfortable for you. But once you find that way of being comfortable, then see if you can stay completely still and bring all your attention to the tip of the nose. So that's your little challenge for the month. And I will be back in September. Thank you so much for joining me.